What are these ones? Are these for skinning catfish?
Mm-hmm. That's Skinner's. Yeah.
Those are some pretty mean nail clippers.
Yeah. I have skinned catfish with another pair of pliers just like that right there. The boy right there, that was there. I mean,
Yeah, I remember Daddy using some of those. An old mirror right here.
yeah. I don't know nothing about that old mirror. With it.
It ain't broken yet, so I guess it ain't bad luck.
That rags and
These metal shears?
yeah, that was a metal shear, that's right.
And this,
Okay.
that's a magnet on the back, right? Is this for doing paneling or something?
That was, a tack hammer. Man, get a mouthful of it. That's a magnet there.
Right. But what do you normally do? It's not wallpaper. What are you hanging up when you use that?
Let me think what they called it. Before you used to hang wallpaper, what did you put down on a bare wall?
Paneling?
No, wasn't no paneling there.
Before that,
These
even
old houses. Yeah.
some kind of insulation or something?
Well, I can't think of the name of what. It wasn't a paper that they had to put down a head, and then they lay that paper down. I've seen them do look like a hot big. They take that roll and roll that glue on it, and come up and lay it, hang that paper. Paper hangers they call them.
Right.
But before they did, they had to put that. Well, I can't call the name of it right
Oh,
now.
so it was something that you put down before you put on wallpaper.
That's right. You put
Okay.
it on the wall.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
you just glued that wallpaper up against that wood.
It'll fall off.
Yeah. You talking about wood? That house up yonder, probably. You know, a lot of them houses now you drywall, and probably a lot of places a man had any kind of lick, he'd knock a hole in it. Up yonder, try knocking a hole in one of them walls. That's heart pine.
Really?
Heart pine, man. Back then they had pine timber, virgin heart timber, and they milled it out, and some of it 1x12, 1x10s, and that's what they used for walling. Well, I can't call the name of that stuff. What they, that tool set I had there. I don't know who.
It's a pretty nice
Got a
set
tool
right there.
around here somewhere I'd go in. But I might just bought that set.
That's a mean looking crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever used it? It's still got the plastic thing on the end of
Yeah.
it. See, Daddy does the same thing. He sorts all his screws and nuts and bolts
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
I
that.
feel like your daddy done a lot of that. I really do.
He what?
I feel like your daddy done a lot of that right there.
Like he organized it all? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Little meat cleaver.
With a duct tape handle.
What it was, hey, I think what happened, the dog got a hold of it. Chewed
Oh,
that
okay.
wood off of it, and somebody wrapped it up with that, did some more wrapping on it.
Well, looks like he chewed it a second time after he wrapped it.
Ooh, that chain's there.
Oh, I know what this is. It's a drywall rasp.
Okay.
So when you cut a piece of drywall, you smooth off the edge of it like that. What's this thing?
Boy, that's a new one on me there. That is a new one on me there, man. It looks like it screws up and down, but
Right. Some kind of clamp or something?
yes, it is. But a lot of it, I don't have no working idea what.
Probably getting tetanus and all kinds of stuff. Oh, look at that. It's like a Bowie knife. Pretty thin. What in the world is this thing? Is this a hole punch of some kind?
That's a leather punch.
Oh, a leather punch.
Yeah. Yeah, that sure is. That's exactly. What's over there?
Oh my goodness.
You did a power saw there. Oh, yeah, it's a leather punch. See, you got different, how big you want your hole. You just turn this on around and around till you get the size of the hole and push it down on that and punch that hole in there.
Very cool.
You see that? See them holes there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he is, a leather punch.
The wallet I have that I use, I've had it since I was 7 years old.
What is it?
My wallet, my billfold.
Okay.
And I think it was Daddy's first. And I've been looking around to see if maybe I can find like a leathersmith who can repair it, restore it. Because I'm like, I've had it for years. I'd like to get it fixed just to keep it. It's like a piece of a recliner right here. That's the recliner handle.
Let's see. What is it?
It's just a piece of wood.
What is that right there?
Well, I'm thinking this is like on a recliner. You know, it sits there and the little knob.
Yeah.
And this is the lever you pull to recline.
Okay.
I had a recliner where this thing would pop on and off, and it looked kind of like that. Neat stuff. Lots of clamps. Oh. You got a potato masher in here for some reason. No weight. What's this thing?
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's it fits on like a oil gun.
I was gonna say it's looking kind of like the oil thing you had sitting over there.
It's got to go on a can or somewhere where you squeeze it and you see this thing here. My daddy made that. You talking about you cut steel with that?
Your daddy made this?
Yeah.
Holy cow! So you just took like a solid chunk of metal and welded it?
He was a railroad man. All I tell you, they had a lot of that stuff laying around there.
Your dad or your granddad?
Daddy.
Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow! You could really hurt someone with that thing. It's impressive.
Yeah, that thing there, man, you.
A wedge. This is part of an ice pick, isn't it? Or ice claw, or whatever you call them? Or just
If I had
a logger?
everything that went with it, I could show you.
Or is it like a logging thing?
That's right.
Oh, for hauling log. Okay.
It's referred to in the Sears Road book as a cant hook. You had a big, heavy pole, and you got that hook and hands on it, and like you said, you want to just turn the log. You hook that in there.
And it gives you the right leverage you need to turn it over?
That's what it was, a cant hook. damper or some kind of wood cook stove.
So it would fold,
Right.
like close off the flue and then open?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what that is.
What about this thing?
That, I think, comes from Granddaddy Troy's. That is a screen cleaner.
Screen door cleaner?
Some kind of screen cleaner.
Oh, so it turns over.
I think that's what that is.
So you like, I guess.
Look here. They talking about hand tools. Take that in your hand and run it up against that wall there.
What? Oh. So you just push on it and it screws into it.
Mm-hmm. It'll ratchet.
Looks like you have different sizes in there. There you go. Random little things. This old drill. Trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. Got like a level there so you can see if when your drill's level. It's rusty, but it runs smooth. Oh, there's spittoons. Kneeling benches.
Well, nothing. All kinds of shovels. I call them. You see my frog gig over here?
Your frog gig?
See that thing right there on the floor? Come on up on that pole. Reach over and get
Oh,
it.
this thing?
Yeah. I never did use it. I used my hand.
What was this for? Catching frogs or something? What do you call it? Frog gig.
Don't you see this thing right here, boy? That'll open all the way up. And I got him. When he hits it on his back, it comes down on him.
So it's for catching, almost like spearing frogs.
Well, you just catches him
Oh, okay.
and hold him. I always caught him with my hands up mostly.
So about how old is this thing?
There ain't no telling how old this is. This frog gig. It was good if you say you're walking along a bank, gigging, but it's better if you get in a boat, like that boat, a small boat, and go down the creek, see him sitting there, you ease up, and put him in the box behind you. Yep.
Here, I'll put it back. Here, I'll put it
You
back.
put him back.
What's in this chest here?
Probably stilts and wrenches and things like that. That's what I think it is. Just inch it up there and see what. Saws, hand saws. Let's see. That's keyhole saw, we call them.
Okay.
And that other one is a meat saw.
This is a meat saw?
No, the one's got the black tape on it up there. Right there. That's a meat saw there. See that little fine blade on it, fine cut blade? That's a pruning saw there. That thing cut.
I want to be careful. I don't want to like get cut and get rust in my wound, get tetanus, all that stuff.
I got another one in boxes around here somewhere. That's why I say it's got. I know it's got a bunch of them stilts and wrenches in it.
Just writing what's in here, keeping a track inventory. Oh. Was this for Heiko? Is this for your donkey? Heiko?
Yeah, it wore out. That was Heiko's collar. The little.
His head would fit in there?
Huh?
His head would fit in there?
Well, it went around his neck.
Okay, so it opened up?
He come right around here, not his head.
Gotcha.
Right behind his head.
What was this thing? This another trap of some kind?
No one has ever really told me exactly what that is. I have asked people. It's a yoke of some kind, but I cannot tell you what that thing was. Oh, we can't get up something down yonder. I believe they done away with the, I know they did. They had a great vineyard back there, they done away with it. Yep, they done away with grape vineyard.
It's a 94 license plate.
You see my license plates on the wall?
Yes, sir. I'm looking at those. The oldest one, I believe, is this one from 94.
Early Mississippi 03.
Mississippi 03.
Oklahoma, September sometime. Native American,
Oklahoma 2012.
99.
Texas 99. Oh, that's a trailer one. Mississippi 08. These older Texas ones, they don't have a year on them. Oh, there's some more up here. Oh, mailman's helmet. When did they build this pavilion or shed?
Oh, I don't know what year. You see, it's been here at least close to 5 or 6 years now.
This was the oil can they used.
Huh?
I'm getting like pictures and videos of all this stuff just to show to the family. So this, what you said, this is an oil can that Clyde used
Yeah, they had to go
on the train.
railroad.
Look, it broke or something. That thing just popped out of place, but
That thing that goes down up the hill, I got down right down under there.
oh, I see. So, and this was meant to reach up under the train so he could oil, get all
Where
the.
them axles was. It's
Yeah.
like, make sure them axles was good. When they done that, they had a piece of chalk about big as your thumb. They had to reach up there and put what his code number was.
So they know who did it, make sure it was
So they know
done.
that it was done and who done it.
And where was he doing that?
Huh?
Where, what rail yard? Was it part of a certain county or what?
TNP, Texas and Pacific, and then the MOP, that's the Missouri and Pacific. The MOP
The mop trains?
and TNP.
Then he was there his whole life? He retired from it?
Right. He had to finally take out without a heart.
It's an old school water cooler. Put your ice down in there, galvanized. Drink your nice big helping of rust on a hot day. Here's the old house.
Wait a minute. I'll come out there and let you get you a picture of something out there. I see.
Is this a plow?
That's what I'm thinking, get the picture.
Oh, really?
I go run away with this thing, man.
This is the same one y'all had?
Right. Anyway, one horse, what they call a one horse turning plow.
So would you use this over there?
Right.
So for your garden and stuff?
Hey, them pictures I telling you about, I had a picture of me and Doug in high coat. I was leading. See, I didn't know whether that booger, he's smart, that high coat, and I didn't know whether he had ever been hooked to a plow or not. I hooked up and I got in front of him to lead him, and Doug was holding the plow. And he was just a boy at that time. And back in the 70s, we was up there plowing. That high coat man, he pulled that plow. He's stout, weighed about 700, 800 pounds. That's what you call a Kelly plow company. See, we had a plow company here.
Oh yeah?
Kelly plow, yeah.
And Heiko had a glass eye, didn't he?
He had a blind eye.
Or a blind eye?
One blind. He saw too much anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes.
He saw too much anyway.
He saw too much anyway. He was somehow mule.
He was a mule?
Well, actually, he was right opposite of a mule. To get a mule, you breed a jack or a donkey to a mare.
Okay. So a male donkey and a female horse make a mule.
Like, turn that around.
A stallion.
Stallion to a jenny, which is a female donkey. That's what he was.
Okay, which is a what? Is that a jackass or
they
what?
They call him Jeanette. One of them there was a Jeanette, but it's right opposite. And I asked the man one time, well, why didn't they breed like, he said they just wasn't like it mule. You know, where the donkey to the mare.
Right.
Comes out better as a mule.
They're stouter, stronger.
Well, the Amish people, basically, is any Amish up there where you at?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Not too far.
A lot of them has debated mule or horse. You know, a lot of them use them big, stout, big horses. And a lot of those Amish said, well, the mule is easier kept, and he's smarter than that horse. That's right. Once you get him trained, now, but I can't imagine them mule lots, like in the spring they used to have. That's where Canton got started, over at the trade day at Canton, Texas.
Yep.
That's where it started, mule trading.
Really?
Yep. But I can't imagine when they showed up in the spring and one man needed some mules to go to work with. But what he had was, in other words, they was trained, but he needed some money too. And he knew that some of them needed him. And what he'd do, he would sell the good mules and buy them green ones. And all he asked, just help me get them harnessed up to this wagon. And the black folks and those that was there said, you wouldn't believe, said them suckers were kicking and falling down in their faces. And oh, he said, until you got them through that stage, he said, boy, you had your hands with a mule. And I said, once you got him, he said, see, a mule won't do nothing to get itself hurt. That's the main thing. If he thought that you was going to put that chain on him, no.
He'd be like, I don't want to deal with that.
That's why
that's why I say stubborn as a mule.
They used to use them to go down there and cause bad caravan. We're demanded sure step. Don't make them bit. He wasn't going to make a bit step. A horse, he could, and they would panic. They would panic, a horse.
But mules, they're just steadier animals.
Yeah.
They're more careful.
He wasn't going to do nothing to hurt himself.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all interesting. And all of this is, listen now, we ain't talking about the days of biblical times. This is 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was pretty recently.
That thing you got in your hand, what you can do with it and find it just like that.
Yep. They say there's more technology in a phone now than there was in the spaceship that went to the moon.
Yes, I believe that.
It's crazy. It's scary, really. Especially today as a school teacher. And I've got to make things interesting enough so that it's more interesting than what they have on their phones. And you know, there's another thing. as a history teacher, there's things I won't even bother talking about, because if they need to know it, someday in their life they'll just like, hey, who was this guy in history? They just ask their phone and it'll tell them. And so I'm like, I'm not going to waste time talking about that.
That's good and that's bad.
Yeah. People have all the information and they know none of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the big possibility that we lose this technology? Little to none, or
it's very possible. Things can happen, and when it does, whew, those people who know trades, those people who know how to take care of themselves, those people who one day whose epitaph will be at rest, they know.
Oh boy.
What kind of flowers did you say those yellow ones are?
You can call them buttercups,
Buttercups.
daffodils, or daffodil, I think. Oh yeah, you see these? Look at the crosses. Okay. I started to say, there's a little white flower coming up out there, little white one. Look up yonder in the yard, up there by that old red building. It looks like a little white, maybe something, I don't know what it is.
Something growing along the ground?
Yeah. I don't know when, see, you see this oak tree right here?
Yep.
The canopy of it here, right over the building?
Right.
That's the one I told you, the black man in 1940 already drawed an axe on.
He was ready to chop it down. They said, we're going to keep it.
Leave that for...
Now, lightning struck that tree one point, right? I remember when I was little looking up into it and seeing it wrapped in a chain to hold it together.
Yeah, well, that was because, like I said, the two trunks went up, and right in the split, and you could see it looked like it was going. And somebody said that's dangerous to have two trunks like that. One of them was split off.
Yeah, and fall right on the house or something.
That chain was more of a prevention.
Right.
And it broke the chain. The chain broke. It sure is. Now the black man the other day, and I don't know when that's going to be, he says that they're going to basically tear down and burn out that old house.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing, like I said, you can take a sledgehammer up there and hit the wall.
Yeah, we won't budge.
Now, it's got sheetrock on top of it. Be like that old house we lived down there on 12th Street. We got a man to come down there, and they did wallpaper. And it looked like Mexicans had been living in it and painted on top of that wallpaper. Purple, green. But we got Mr. Fope to come down there to sheetrock it. Before it was over with, he said that's the hardest wood I ever tried to drive a sheetrock nail in my life. It's